We have this 2016 Chevy Colorado right here. Customer was complaining it was overheating and it came out with a low fan not working. Now we're gonna try another one. It's not making it. Man, I am blinded right now. I see our fans moving. There you go. Heck yeah, dude. I think that's a fix. Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and on today's video, okay, restart this. Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with oh man. All right. Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics. Give me 1 second. Hey, how's it going? This is Oz.
Hey, brother, tell me something. Why my check engine light still on my truck?
Stop the video. Stop the video. All right, so as we can see right here, this is the same vehicle that we just made a video about not too long ago, and they didn't come over here just to thank me. No, they came over here because there's a comeback. I hate that C word right there, comeback. But yeah, customer called me. He said everything's working great with the fans that turn on, but it's throwing that check engine light code. So how about in this video, we try to figure out this issue and really try to fix this up and give the vehicle back to the customer. All right, so I'm gonna talk about what we noticed on the previous video and what probably happened. I think we're trying to do a bi-directional test, but it kept on kicking me out. And then another thing that we did check out as well is when we looked at the wiring diagram, I think the 2016, I think it showed like 5 wires, and then we saw the tag on this one. We noticed it was a 916, so we thought maybe it was right there in the between year when it goes to the next year. So we went into the wiring diagram, saw that this was a 3 wire, and I was like, okay, well, yeah, there's 3 wires in this wiring loom. What I did find out is a 16 actually has a control module. I'm gonna put right here a picture, a control module, and the 17 doesn't. So this is what I'm getting out of this. When I went to AutoZone, I was trying to find a fan on this one, and guess what? They didn't have one. I'll put a video right here. I actually recorded it. They don't have one. I've been noticing on this one that they do have some online, but what I'm thinking is because these have modules, pretty sure that something is off. Maybe it's not the right one. Maybe the modules is not working right and is messing up the engines. That's my guesstimate. But I did have to buy this from the dealership because when I looked right here, there's no module here. It's just a fan. My theory on this, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, what probably happened. The connector for the one that does not have a module has a little small indentation like a V. The other one, it doesn't, is open. So what I'm thinking right here, because I actually cut this off at a junkyard, what I'm thinking is that this is what they used to have, was this one, and when they bought the one that does not have the actual module, it would not fit in place. So the previous guy who repaired this, they cut the connector and then spliced it together. That's what I'm going off of right now. That they got the wrong fan. They didn't want to spend the money for this because I'm not gonna lie, from the dealership, they sell it separately. The fan itself with the module was almost $600 with tax. The shroud that you have to buy was another 100 and something, $80. And then they have to sell you the little bolts too, which are $24 each, which you need 3 of those. I can just imagine. That's why the previous person who did this put another fan on there. I don't know how much it was, maybe 200 bucks, and then just cut this, and then they said, well, we got it fixed. This is where I come in and I have to be Sherlock Holmes. And remember, we did notice another thing. The PCM as well looked pretty darn new as well. Come over here, let me show you something. We're in 2025. This hasn't been inspected since 2023. So this has been an issue going on for 2 freaking years. And today, we're actually gonna fix this up. So let's go into this. First and foremost, what we wanna do is I'm gonna take off the old one and I'm gonna compare it to the new one that I have that I bought from the dealership. So let's take this off first. Let's go from there. And then once we get everything back on together, we're gonna do our test. And the first one I wanna do is gonna be that bi-directional test to show you that it's gonna start working afterwards. So let's get show you, this is the one that, I don't know if it's OEM or what, but as you can see right here, this is just a motor. And GM, does it look a little bit different? This is your module here, but the guys at GM, they're like, hey, we're not gonna sell you the whole assembly, sell you one thing at a time. So we got this. I was gonna try to reuse this one, but as you can see, they're slightly different. And that's the reason I had to buy this as well. List price, $555 plus tax, close to $600. This was like $150. It is nuts, dude. But as you can see, one is gonna be non-module. This is the module. This is the one that they have. There's some online that you can get, but I just don't trust them. If AutoZone is not selling them or the parts stores are not selling them, there's a reason that they're not doing that. But this is where it got kind of tricky. I was about to just stop this video because I had to wait. They as well sell these right here. These little bolts. They want $22.99 for each bolt right here. And I asked them if they had them, and they said no, they're on back order. So luckily I called my local junkyard, and this was actually, I found a broken one. I'll put a picture right here. I found a broken one that was all, the shroud was all broken, wheel was all broken, but they still had this. So now that we have that out the way, let's do this repair. All right. Customer is gonna be super happy after this. And before I do the connector on that side, got to do this right here. All right, so this is one shot right here, because these don't actually have threads inside. Let me show you this. If you look right here, so it's pretty flat in there. We're gonna try to get this sucker in here. Let me try to put something underneath here so I can push it up. Then we can put these bolts in, because we gotta get it right there, centered. All right, let me find something that we can put there. All right, cool. So I'm gonna be using this right here to remove filters. That should give me enough to move this. I just wanna get this as centered as possible. I highly doubt that they're gonna give me a warranty if I just say, hey, by the way, I need a warranty because I didn't put this in right. They're gonna go tell me to go kick rocks. So I want to go as centered as possible. All right, now just a little joke that I found right here. Look, shroud made in the great old USA, made in USA. And then look over here. This is made in Mexico. So this is made in Mexico. The other one's made in USA. That's there's two brothers that can't get along right now. So now let's put this on. I did notice that one of the bolts was missing over here. So I'm gonna try to find that. Once we get this set in place, now the next one that we're gonna do is do the actual connector. And let me get the connector. I just want to see if it fits. So this is our connector. And I think this is gonna, look at that. This is beautiful. This is working pretty good. This is gonna work pretty good. So now let's go get the other stuff. Let's check this out. Let's see how this goes. Woo! All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and put this sucker in. All right, awesome. Now we're in place. Never lose this little clip right here because these are a mofo to find if you lose them. Alright, that's back in place. Let's put this hose back in its home. Heck yeah. All right, now the next one is putting this sucker here. All right, so we're gonna start working on that so we can get that sucker in here. But I am gonna bring that to the customer. It's gonna be a heater hose. That has to be addressed for sure. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna use a different one. I'm gonna try to see if we can get a bigger one right here because this was slightly smaller. I did get another one. Let me get that. All right, so I ended up buying some other butt connectors. I think it's gonna be this 8-gauge one right here. The previous one that we used was believe a 10-gauge, and I just wasn't a big fan. 10 to 12 gauge. Look at the opening here. So what I'm hoping for is that now is gonna fit a lot better, and you're gonna be like, well, Oz, you're gonna take away the sealant. We have this marine heat shrink. The marine heat shrink is has that resin inside. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put that sucker in here, heat it up, so it should keep a nice clean seal. So now let's go ahead and let's cut this up. Let's go in there, and I'm just ready to get this done, man, because I want to test this out, this bidirectional test, to make sure that everything's okay. So let's get to it. All right, so what I'm gonna do right here, I'm gonna stagger these. So let's start off with this one, because I don't want them to all be clumped up together, especially that this is gonna be a lot bigger. All right, so we're gonna go. All right, now that we have this, let's see if this fits a lot better. All right, perfect, like a glove. Now we're gonna go ahead and crimp this. We're gonna use our snap-on crimper. Make sure that this is not gonna move. Perfect. And like I said, I'm gonna put this here so we can see where we're gonna be at, give or take. I would say at most right there. All right, that ain't gonna move. Now what we're gonna do is get this heat shrink, get our torch, and heat this up. All right, so what I'm gonna do, as you can see, this one's good. We have the resin coming out. Now I wanna stagger this so you can see where this is at. I wanna put this a little bit lower, so we're gonna fit this, give or take, right there. This is gonna be its new home. So what we wanna do is cut this here. All right, so now that we have this, now the next on the line is where we're gonna cut this, the black cable right here. And I think this is gonna be its new home. All right, we're gonna pull. Now we're gonna put this heat shrink on there. You can see that resin coming out right there. This is why it's the marine one, because this is what they use on boats. But this is really good for automotive applications. All right, so now let's finish up with the baby one, and then we should be done. All right, so we are pretty much done on this. Let's clip this sucker in place. There you go. Our wire's there, nice and good. Now, this is gonna be the moment we've been waiting for. Remember, our bidirectional test did not work. Let's try this out. Let's see what happens. I'm ready for this, man. I'm ready to see what happens. So let's go get our scan tool, top down Phoenix Max. Let's hook it up and let's see if our fan works. All right, we are on our scan tool. I want to see if this is going to work. Let's go to special functions. Actually, actuation test. I'm sorry. Let's just see if there's any codes. Codes right there. These are the codes that the customer was talking about. He said the fans were working. Not like, remember, beforehand they weren't. Now we can see this. But remember, wiring diagram. One was showing a module, the other one wasn't. So cooling fans, here it goes. This is going to be what's really going to tell us if we fix this up. And hopefully I'm right. If not, it's an expensive repair. What happens if our scan tool is just not? You know what? Let me get the OEM one. I'm just kind of curious. Just gonna get the OEM one. We're gonna try this out. All right, so I have the OEM here. We just want to verify that the fans are gonna turn on. All right, here goes. We're gonna do cooling fans on. Hopefully this works, or something's going on. I don't even know. Why does it show device exceeds limit? This is so crazy, man. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna turn this sucker on. Let's see if the fans turn on. Let me turn on the AC. I see the fans kick on. Awesome. Now I'm going to try to see by turning this on if I can try this. If I can't, something's going on, man. I'm not too sure. But hopefully it doesn't throw this code in anymore. I'm trying to see what is on here that's causing this to show device control not available. I really don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drive this vehicle because I already did the repairs right there. I'm going to drive this vehicle and afterwards see what exactly happens. Does this code come back on? We can see the fans come back on. It has a control module, but what's it doing? I got to figure this out. I think I'm done right here. But there you go. If I post this video, it's because this was a fix. So I'm going to drive this first today, then drive it tomorrow, and then see what happens. And hopefully this code doesn't come back on. And hopefully we are done. Have you ever run into this issue? Comment down below. If you have, please let me know what you would do or, what should be done. All right, so I want to talk about the big elephant in the room, and that's going to be the bidirectional test. I'm about to turn in the truck, but I had a good chat with me and my friend, and we're talking about why the bidirectional test might not work. Remember, we use a top-down, and on top of that, we use an OEM one. So we use GDS2 and the top-down, and still no bidirectional. So I started thinking about it. Remember, a regular fan, when you look at it, is just powers, grounds, and then a light switch. Basically, the control is the light switch that turns on and off. So power and then ground. Power, off. That's all that is used. But then when we have something that's a module, this is a little different. It uses pulse width modulated or duty cycle. That's what I'm trying to think. What happens if the computer on this one, because remember, that computer looks fairly new. We can get that. What I'm thinking happened, 2023 was the last year that this was inspected. What probably happened? This is just a theory. I'm not too sure. Whenever it was trying to turn on that fan, the only way it would turn it on is if there's 100% voltage to be the light switch on. And I'm thinking that what the computer was doing is that to try to turn on that fan, it had to go 100% duty cycle, and that I'm pretty sure that driver just kind of got messed up. This is just a theory. I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know if that makes sense. I'm just trying to think this over, but that's what I'm thinking. But the thing is, we're about to test this out, and we're going to see that it still has a duty cycle. So look. All right, so we're going to turn on the vehicle. Make sure that the AC's on. All right, so we can see right here, look, on position and then off. Right now, it looks like a 50-50 duty cycle, so it's working good. So the computer's telling it, hey, I need you to turn on for 50, turn off for other 50. I just want to verify this. We're going to look at scan data. All right, we're just going to put right here, Canyon, scope. All right, so we're just going to look at data stream. I just want to see if there's any data stream on this fan right here. I want the battery die, please. Okay, it should be on here. The cooling and HVAC. That's where we're gonna find it at. Okay, so you see right here, there's a 33% duty cycle. So there you go. It's sending a signal out, and it's showing it on the other side. I'm thinking everything is okay. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do something. Should turn off the fans. So we're gonna go fans off, and let's see if it changes it. All right, so we're 34. Let's see if the fans should turn off. All right, there you go. 24, 20, 18. The computer is sending a signal. The customer is about to show up. We're gonna finish this up. So there you go. That's my theory, and we're gonna see how this goes. So if you do like this video, please put a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that little notification bell to get our brand new videos coming out from Oz Mechanics. Y'all take care. Y'all have a nice day. Goodbye.